Hey guys, welcome to UKPM Survival Outdoors here on YouTube, and in this latest UK Prepper Man video I'll be sharing with you my EDC day bag. Stay tuned. So here we are on another video guys, thanks for joining me. If it's the first time you've stumbled across my channel, then welcome. It's all about survival, prepping and all that jazz. So if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to check out the rest of the videos on the channel. Please like, share and subscribe, and of course any comments or suggestions, would love to hear them, because you know what, by putting that comment or suggestion down there you could be helping someone else out, you could be answering a question that they are about to ask. If you want to ask me a question, pop it down at the bottom, no problem, I'll get back to you. Anyway, EDC day bags. I've been asked so many times what I carry on a daily basis, so I thought I'd do a video to bring some ideas to the table. It's not the only way you can do things, as I've said so many times. It's not about rights or wrongs, just options and choices, but I think it's fair to say there are some principles. So hopefully in this video I'll cover a few of the areas to consider, and then maybe if you are looking at doing a similar setup yourself, it'll help you. Alternatively, you might be re-evaluating your setup and want some inspiration of whether or not you can add things or take things away. So again, it's free, open house. You can pop a comment down there about something that you've add in or take away. I'm all ears, and it's always good to read your comments on my videos. So anyway, the EDC modular system that I'm doing, this would be level 2. Level 1 of course is my pocket carry, so things like my wallet, my mobile phone, my flashlight, and of course my keys. So I have those on my person at all times, and then this will form the level 2. Okay, this will stay with me in my lorry cab all day. I'm a lorry driver by trade, as most of you are aware, but this could equally appeal to if you're a mobile worker. What I'm saying is, if you're somewhere where you are in a vehicle, for example, but you're away from a fixed location, it's always a good idea to have some extra items with you. Okay, so just a couple of other things before I show you the bag itself, and then we'll go through the contents. Not every item I keep on a daily basis is within this bag, and that's purely due to physics, due to the size of the items. A couple of examples being my heavy duty high-vis highway jacket, which is all waterproof and fluorescent and all the rest of it. I've got jacket and trousers, that won't fit in the bag, that will then stay in my cab. It's within easy reach because I'm going to be getting it, I'm going to put it on, take it off all the time, so I normally hang that over the seat where it's easily accessible. And of course the other thing that I don't keep in the bag is my Philips Navigator Trucker's map, which again is quite big. It's I think it's a 1.5 miles to an inch, so it's a big large scale map, and it's a good backup to my GPS. So that doesn't go in the bag either, that stays in the cab. But I do have a backup to that I keep in the car. So if for example I got to work one day and my tractor unit wasn't there, I do have a spare map that's accessible. Okay, so without further ado, let's go through and show you what's in the bag. So here we have the bag. It's made by a company called Op Zulu. This one is the Op Zulu Patrol Bag. I do have the larger version as well, the duty bag. This one is around about 35 to 40 litres, so it's ideal for this purpose. It's easy to pick up, carry, put in and out of the cab, no issues at all. The larger one I do have in another setup, which you'll see in a separate video. But everything's well put together. I particularly like the way these handles clip together, and it makes it a lot easier to carry it around. It's nice and comfortable. The zips are all good on this. It's got the box neck stitching as well. The straps on this go all the way down, they're stitched right to the bottom as well, so again nice and durable. So whether or not you're doing a role as a lorry driver, or you may be working police, security, prison service, anything like that, you know, this is an ideal kit bag. Right? The design of it as a hold all, it's nice and rigid, so nothing tends to fall over. It holds its shape really well. So we'll have a look inside all the kit, but everything's got double zipped, nice easy to grab handles. It's got the main pocket there, which is subdivided. It's then got a front admin style pouch where you can put your name on there if you wanted to. On the side you've got a full depth large pocket there, double zipped. All these pockets are double zipped, so I think it's really good, so you can open whichever side. I might put some pulls on there as well just to make it a little bit easier. On the other end there is a top pocket and a slightly larger bottom pocket there as well, so you've got some organisation. On the reverse there's a much larger pocket as well. Maybe you could put a tablet or a laptop in there or anything like that. And it's got, of course, it's got the shoulder strap which just clips on there, all metal connections as well, and a D-ring there as well. And on the base, see, it's got the baseboard, so nice and tough, and it's got these nice sort of rubberized feet as well, so it's not going to wear the base of the bag out, but I say it's really well put together. And I'll put some details down below. I can't remember where I bought this from, so I'll probably just put the link to the manufacturer's website, and go and have a search online and find the best price for it if you want to go and buy one of these. But yeah, it's all good. So best way I think we can start is to have a look in that top pouch. Just one thing to mention, which I forgot, of course you have got an area there if you want to put a torch or flashlight in there, so it is pretty good. It's not big enough really for a water bottle, but I guess you could put a torch in there if you wanted to, so I keep my torch on my person. But just another consideration, isn't it? We open the main pouch, which is easy enough to open to get to the main area. Fold that back, got some gloves on the top here. These ones are made by Stanley. I've been using these for quite a while now, and they've been lasting really well. This is a new pair. The old pair lasted about 7 months, but I think for less than £7, 7 months use is pretty good on a daily basis. So that's good value. That's the details of it. You can pick these up in hardware stores in the UK, and they are pretty good. Protect your hands. It's it's ideal, especially in the job I do. I've also got another pair of slightly more waterproof gloves, which I normally keep in the cab. I've just got this spare pair out to show you for the purposes of the video. These ones are coated, so if I wear these if I'm filling up with diesel or AdBlue, or doing something that's really grubby, or maybe it's absolutely hacking it down with rain, these ones are pretty much completely waterproof. Okay, so I normally keep these in the cab as well. I've got my woolly hat, keep the head warm. My head over as well, my neck gaiter to keep my neck warm. I'm not going to explain exactly why I've got all these sort of different things really, because it's pretty obvious, but some things I might elaborate a little bit on. Got my diary for recording things like times and dates and anything, information over the course of the day. Clipboard for things like vehicle check sheets, defect notes, got some information in there for company contacts. Things like heights and weights converters and things like that. Of course, it's always nice to have a flat surface to be able to write on, so I keep a clipboard in there as well. Bog standard notebook, just again to record information in, save cluttering up my diary pages, and just tear the pages out when I finish using it. I've got my dash cam. This one's the Nextbase 312GW, which I've had for quite a while now. I don't think they make this one. They've changed the model number on it, but you can pick these up all over the place. It's a good idea to have one, especially if you're driving commercially, because you can record any dodgy driving. And again, I keep it in a case there as well, so if there was an emergency on the road, at least I can have a record of that. But I do believe that the vehicles are all equipped with CCTV anyway, but I think that's normally if there's just a collision. I also have in this hard case, I have my GPS. And this one, it's not your standard run-of-the-mill, it's a specific one for lorries. It's made by Garmin. It's the diesel 580 LMT, and that one will provide me with all the information. You can program it for all the widths and heights restrictions and weight restrictions. Can use the app to connect to my phone, so I can bring up live travel. It's got free map updates as well. And it's a hands-free kit, so it's all good if I need to make any calls. I can use that as well. Might possibly upgrade this and go for the slightly larger version. Nothing to do with 7-inch, maybe a 10-inch as well. So, but yeah, it's all good, and I've got it in this nice heavy-duty case just to keep it safe. I've also got one of those tempered glass screen covers, similar to what I've got on my mobile phone. Spare prescription sunglasses for obvious reasons. Loads of electronics in this bag here as well. I just keep them in a bag, not really to keep it dry, it's just easier to grab them all out in one go. Little mount there for my dash cam. I've got a Hella plug, so I can connect up the 12 volt socket and convert it to fit into a Hella socket on the lorry. I've got a USB socket there, plugs into the cigarette lighter, so I can charge my mobile phone up. And of course the corresponding cable for that, which is quite a large one. It's about 2 meters long. It's made by Anchor. Power supply for my dash cam, and I've got a spare Hella adapter there as well, just in case if this one fails. I've got a spare one here as well. But as I say, these are quite heavy duty. They're rated up to 12 amps. I've got a splitter here, which you can plug all the items in, and it splits the the DC feed off the lorry. What this will do is it's slightly larger than the Hella plug. You can plug it in like that, and then it will fit into the smaller socket. Okay, you can see the difference with that. There's different sizes on the lorries, so you've got to have a little adapter. But that's the details of one of those. Just say it's rated to 12 amps. Water bottles ×2. Been using these as steamer ones for a while now. They're excellent because not only can they hold a full litre of water, they have the markings on the side there as well, so you know how much you've drunk, which is all good. And you can open it one-handed, drink, put it away without any problems at all. I can just sort of put it into the side pocket on the door if I want to. But yeah, these are pretty good. You can pick these up all over the place. Just do a search online. Trusty old Jatemans, you know me by now. I've always got a pack of these knocking around, so always good to have. Cleaning cloth, obvious reasons, glasses, phone screens, so on and so forth. I've got my thermal cup in here. This one was made by Life Venture. It's getting a bit bruised and battered now. I might look at changing it. I don't know whether or not they do a flip version of this instead of a screw top one, or maybe one that's a little bit bigger. This is about 300mm, so I might be looking at something a bit bigger. If you've got any suggestions, guys, just pop a comment down there for any suggestions for a replacement one of these. And of course, while we're on the subject of having a brew, got to have the old thermos as well. 1 litre. This is absolutely fantastic. They keep hot drinks hot for at least 12 hours. No mither at all. And it's never leaked. It's never given me any problems at all. Stainless steel. That's getting a bit worn as well, but hey ho. But that is pretty much the main pouch. As you see, it's got the divider bit in there as well. You can move that around on the Velcro. Even without that, it still stays in pretty good shape. It's well padded, and I suppose that means it is a little bit heavier, but you know what, I don't mind the extra weight for the convenience. I might look at putting some grips, as I say, on these, maybe some paracord or some pulls or something like that, which make it easy to open. I've got spare pens, permanent and standard. I've also got a permanent marker pen as well, and I believe I've got a highlighter pen in there as well, just in case I need to highlight, make any notes or anything like that. I've got a load of these lens wipes as well, because when you're wearing glasses, you want to keep them clean, don't want them all scratched up. It's just a lot easier rather than having fluid in tissues and everything like that. So I've just got a load of those lens wipes. Spare taco rolls, which I've got to carry with me by law in case I had to do a print if I was pulled over by VOSA, Ministry, DVSA, whatever they're calling themselves now. I've then got some electronics in here as well, so just in a plastic bag to try and keep it waterproof. Got a little pocket radio if there was a breakdown, for example, or any sort of other scenario that you want to think of. The ability to know what's going on, especially if the electrical system on the truck isn't working, and the radio therefore won't work with a little portable radio. And this is great because it's just got a scan button on there, so I can switch it on, push scan, and I can find the local radio station. It runs on AAA batteries, which of course have been removed, because there's nothing worse than leaving batteries in a device, go to switch it on and realising they've all leaked. Your device is going to be absolutely useless. Got a headphone socket there as well if I want to listen to any music. The aerial's built in there. Backup power. I've got this power bank. This one's made by Energizer. It's pretty good because it's got the Qualcomm charge as well. That's the information on the back there. The tech specs. It's 10,000 milliamp hours. It's got the dual sockets there as well. And I've got the corresponding charging lead there as well. It just charges off USB, you can charge it up off the mains, and it's good to have some backup power. And I've had to use this a couple of times when there's been an issue, just to keep my mobile phone charged up. To say, you've got plenty of space still in here. I haven't really rammed this bag completely full. There's plenty of space for me to add anything extra in. I'm just going to have a look at this end pocket first. At the top, first aid kit, always good to have, because you know what? If you injure yourself when you're out, you need to be able to patch yourself up. Now, this isn't trauma or some sort of thing that's full of tourniquets and all the rest of it. At the end of the day, this is just really to get me by if I get a cut, scrape or anything like that. So without getting it all out, standard stuff, plasters, dressings, got a crate bandage in there in case I sprain my ankle, got some micropore tape, some antiseptic ointment, and some wound cleansing wipes as well. This is just a nice small kit that I can put in there, and it's there if I need it. Of course, it's right at the top if I need it as well. Underneath there, just in a spare pouch, I've got some meds, and these are just meds for me. So when I'm out, I've got some cold and flu, some paracetamols, got some anti-diarrhea pills, and I've got some Sudafed just in case I get blocked up sinuses, and I've got some throat sweets there as well. And I just put it in there, so I've got them. I just kept them in the original boxes, but I always mark the dates on as well, so I know when things are due to expire. Got some mirror cleaner because I can't stand dirty mirrors. Some hand sanitizer for obvious reasons, and just some random paper towels in there, just for cleaning mirrors or anything like that. I'll spin the bag round to the other side. Top pocket, I've got my head torch, and this one is made by Energizer. I'd say it's nice luminous strap, so again, if I drop it down, I want to go for things that are fairly bright coloured, so if I do drop them in the dark I can easily find them. It's got the red light on there, you can change it into the white light, and it's got the adjuster there as well. You can also put on the different beams and everything. I think it's around about 160, 200 lumens, something like that, but it's great for doing vehicle checks, relatively waterproof, and of course it runs on AAA batteries, just 3 of them, which are in here. There's no problem because I use it on a daily basis. I also have some more electronics in here. All I've got in this little bag is a folding plug. So if, for example, I'm at a services or anything like that and there isn't a USB to charge up my phone, I've got a little folding plug here. It's made by that company, Lindy. Got a few of these, they're quite good. I've got an output on there of 2 amps as well, so yeah, pretty good. Just plug the USB into that. I've got an audio cable, so if I wanted to plug my mobile phone in to listen to any music, I can just plug that into the aux input on the stereo. And I've also got a set of headphones there as well, just little in-ear headphones, so I can listen to some music if I wanted to. And I just keep the whole thing in this little bag. The last thing in there is an adapter, because my mobile phone, the Samsung Galaxy, doesn't have a headphone socket on anymore, so you have to plug it into a USB and then just plug the adapter in there. Just keep everything in the bag just to stop everything from rolling around and getting lost. But that's everything that's in that top pouch. In the bottom pouch, got some spare batteries just in these little store cells. I've got AA batteries, AAA batteries there as well. So I try and run all my kit on either AA or AAAs, and if I keep the batteries in these little, I believe that it's made by a company called Store Cell, off the top of my head. Yeah, there we go. Again, just check them out. Nice bright colour as well, so I can spot them, but it just stops them all from shorting out. And if you can run things on rechargeables, it's a little bit more cost effective. You can of course use these ones up as well. These are just standard single-use batteries. I'm looking at getting a USB charger as well. So guys, another bit of advice, if you want to put a comment down at the bottom, I'm looking for something that can charge up AA and AAA batteries via USB. I've had a quick look online. I can only find really dodgy looking ones online, cheap stuff, so I don't know if they do any proper branded ones, because anything electronic I really want it to last. So yeah, put a comment down there if you know of anything about that. Got some spare prescription glasses as well for driving in a hard case. Spare asthma inhalers, preventer and reliever, just in case. I always keep those spare in my bag. Last but not least, a little pair of nail clippers, because there's nothing worse than getting snaggy nails. As I say, this can be used for putting a laptop in or a notebook or anything like that, and you can see these straps come all the way down. I know I harp on about it, but this is so well put together. It's got the box neck stitching on there as well. You can see it's got some sort of water resistant lining there as well, but everything's really tough, and I think this is good. It's even got padding on here as well, so certainly worthwhile checking one of these out. It doesn't come all the way down, so not everything all falls out as well, like a complete clamshell, which I think is a nice little feature with these. I've got a spare plug in here, just because this one's a double one. I might put this in another kit. I don't really need 2 of them, but hey ho. Backup wind up torch. You know what? You never know whether or not you're going to run out of batteries, and these are great because you can just charge them up like that, and then you've got the little bit of light there as well. Doesn't take up much space, and these are cheap. We've got them all over the house. Why not keep a spare one in the bag? Backup Jatemans, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Always good to have a spare pack of those. spare pack of tissues, and yes, I do keep some toilet roll in the cab, but it's always nice to have some tissues there as well if you get a runny nose. Spare emergency blanket just in case. It doesn't fit in the first aid kit pouch, so I just keep that separate in there. You've all seen one of them before. Spare boot laces. The boot laces fail on my work boots. I've got some spare laces there that I can just use to get by through the rest of the day. Every lorry driver's necessity, baby wipes. I use a ton of these, and it's not just for hygiene or anything like that sort of scenario. If I get dirty hands or get fifth wheel grease on my hands, I want to be able to clean it off before I start touching everything, because otherwise any truckers out there will know, get fifth wheel grease on your hands and you go to touch something, all of a sudden you got a cab that is full of grease. Spare toothbrush and toothpaste. If I get stuck out at night, guys, I want to be able to keep myself clean, so I've got a baby wipes for a field wash and toothpaste and toothbrush there as well. Spare socks, which yes should be in a waterproof bag, so don't shout at me for that, normally there would be, but I've just changed them out. And the good thing is I've not needed to use them, so periodically I'm going to, any sort of clothing, cloths, anything like that, I will run through the washing machine and put some fresh ones in there. And just for the purposes of this video, I put the socks in there, didn't put them in a waterproof bag. But yes, it's always a good idea to keep some spare socks. There's nothing worse than soaking wet feet. Change the socks out. And lastly, not really essential, but I've got a bit of brew kit in there as well, just in case I got stuck out or anything overnight or longer than I want to be. Just in a bag. Got a couple of tea bags, which I normally source boiling water, a couple of coffee sticks, and you know I like these OT bars here as well. These happen to be strawberry filled ones as well, and they're really nice. It's a good idea to keep these. I've got a good best before date on them, probably around about 12 months, so I keep those in there as well. But yeah, that is pretty much the contents of the bag. As I say, there's still loads of space in there if I wanted to put anything else in there. But there you have it, the Op Zulu Patrol Bag. So there we have it, guys. That is my EDC day bag, the items I carry with me on a daily basis in my working life. I hope it's given some ideas and inspiration if you're looking to put together a similar sort of kit yourself. Remember, there are no rights or wrongs, just options and choices. So make your bag yours. And what would you put in? What have I missed? What would you take out? What don't you think I need? Drop a comment down below, guys, because you could be helping other people out. Everybody's slightly different, and it's very much dependent on your type of job you're in, where you live, and what sort of budget you've got. Loads and loads of variables. So, you know, as I say, put your comment down there. You could be helping somebody else out with your suggestion. Guys, I'm looking for recommendations as well. A replacement thermal cup with a flip top lid. There's at least 300 millilitres, preferably more. I've got that Life Venture one at the moment. I'm looking for a replacement one of those. So if you've got any suggestions, pop a comment down below. I'll have a read through. You'd be doing me a big favour by suggesting some options there. And also a battery charger that I can run off a USB socket in the lorry cab. Something that can charge AA and AAA batteries. And I'm looking for one that's pretty good quality as well. So not like a cheap and cheerful one which is liable to fall apart. So if you've got one and it works really, really well, then put a suggestion down at the bottom and I'll check it out as well. You can check me out on Instagram. If you're not already following me, then check out the link below. You can follow me for regular updates and channel related content. Of course, check out the other videos on the channel. If you have enjoyed this video, then please like, share, subscribe at the bottom. Be prepared, stay prepared, and until next time, thanks for watching and bye for now. Just options and choices, but I hope in this video I've got across some of the you have it, guys. That is my EDC day bag, the items that I carry with me every day of the week. Decent replacement thermal cup. As I say, I've got the Life Venture screw top one. I'm looking for one with the flip.